Welcome to 90 Day Fiance.
Three-way.
Three-way.
Replay.
All right.
Pew, pew.
Episode 7 and 8. It's me, the Bikini, and get off your high horse. How's it going?
I don't have COVID.
I don't have
No.
COVID.
I possibly no longer have COVID.
That's why we're here doing a double episode.
Yeah.
That's a 2 out of 3 of the COVID. It's never going to get me, guys. I'm pretty sure at this point. It's never gonna get me.
Oh, man.
You're the last one standing.
You
I
are
am the last one. I'm probably going to be the last person on earth to get COVID.
No, you and our other good friend.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Who
You're
works in the
right.
hospital.
You're right. Who actually tested people for
Yeah.
COVID.
She's
never
super
got
Never
it.
got COVID. Yeah.
All right. So where do you want to begin?
Can I go first? Can I go first?
Sure.
Let's start with Dylan's favorite couple in the whole world, Bilal and Shaeeda.
I was going to say, is it Jenny and Sumit?
Okay, that's all of ours favorite couple.
Yeah.
Okay, but this one's just yours. Okay, so they go on their date night together on the gondola, and she talks about how much she's in love with him. He's so romantic and this and that. And she tells him how much she wants to get married with him. And then Bilal opens up and says how he really felt abandoned and wanted after his divorce. But he doesn't quite reciprocate all those feelings of love and emotion to Shaeeda that Shaeeda gave to him. I thought that was kind of messed up.
Yeah, I agree.
And she said that when she first met him, she didn't really want kids because she gave up on all of that, on finding love, on having a family. But when she met him, all of that changed, and she knew 110% that she wanted to have kids and that she wanted to be with him. And again, he's like, oh, that's great. That's, that's really great to hear. Yeah. And she keeps pushing the kid issue. And he just says that he's really worried about divorce and he doesn't want unnecessary stress on the relationship in regards to kids. Is that a solid response, do you feel, or defense for the whole kid thing?
Yeah, you tell me. Do kids give unnecessary stress to marriages?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So maybe Bilal's onto something here.
He is, I gotta say. But the thing is that he experienced all of that, but Shaeeda has not, and she's on a biological clock. So if she wants kids, he's gonna have to make up his mind. Yes.
Yeah, she needed them like 6 years ago, actually.
She still got time though, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, she's got time.
Okay, so that was the is it me or the Bikini? Which episode came first?
The Bikini one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the end of their story on that one. And then for the new episode, she finally speaks up for herself. Okay, he comes home and she's like, you know what? I'm not going to go to Juma because I'm still upset about the whole kid situation. And I don't feel like going. And then he starts lecturing. She's like, nope, stop that. Don't lecture me anymore. This is what you always do. You always sit down. And I feel like it just has to be like, yes, daddy. Of course, daddy. Yes, daddy. Daddy. And I was glad that she finally told him off. What are your thoughts on it?
I agree. You didn't talk about the annoying ass water.
Oh, I didn't get there yet because at first
Okay.
it was the whole Juma thing. And then so she says that she's not going to go because it's not something that they do back at home. The women aren't required to, but men are. So he gets kind of upset about it. And then he says that he fell in love. The number one reason why he fell in love with her was because of her devotion to religion. I was like, really? That was
No.
the number one reason?
I don't think so.
Right?
You don't get with
What
somebody
was the number
like,
one reason then?
I mean, you don't get with somebody like Shaeeda and be like, oh, I love how religious you are.
Yeah. So
Right?
what do you think his number one reason is if it's not for her religiosity?
I think it's probably her looks.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was like, yeah, because she's hot.
Exactly, for her beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's, Muslim. And he's like, yes, double score. Um, and she doesn't have kids. Like, I hate to say it, but she doesn't have baggage even at her age, and she's Muslim, and she's funny and beautiful. I mean, come on. But he
And
says that the number one,
flexible.
right? And he said the number one reason is for her devotion to. I was thinking, I'm sure if it was because of that, you could have found somebody much, much more devoted. Don't you think? I can't really say that. I'm sure she's devoted to her religion, but she also seems that she's very independent and strong-minded. I don't know. I just feel like there's no somebody more religion, more devoted. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. So while he's gone, she does her prayer and she wets like everything. She's there at the sink and she wets the floor, wets the sink, and he comes home and he's like, "What happened here? What is going on here?" And then she's like, "You need to relax because your OCD is kicking in again." And he's like, "No, it's not. This is a child's pool over here." And she starts cleaning it up. Would this be a problem for you guys? See or no?
Why did she voodoo all over the kitchen though? Could she have done that in like a bathroom? I don't know the rules, but it just seemed like that was not the place to do all that if you're gonna track water all over the house.
Would that have bothered you?
I mean, look, I hate Bilal as much as the next guy here, but he's made some pretty interesting points in these last two episodes for me.
Oh, yes?
Wow.
I mean,
What
I
about
still hate him, but yes, sometimes things have to be where things have to be. And maybe don't put water on wood because it does mess it up.
that sounds like my husband. My husband would totally say stuff like that. You're like, "Come on, what's a little water? What's wrong with it? You see
I
this
mean,
bubble? You see this bubble right
nothing.
here?"
There's nothing wrong with a little water. There's a problem with you knowing that it's there and not cleaning it up. That's the problem.
And I'm not gonna lie, that whole thing that he was pointing out about the forks and the spoons, that would totally annoy me as well.
I
I mean,
agree. See what I
isn't
mean?
it effing obvious? Of course, the big forks go with the other big forks.
And then those compartments already have the right sizes. I don't understand. Just put them where they
Well,
go.
the thing is, it's not just about that. It's the fact that he constantly, I feel like, lectures her. So it just adds to that sort of like another thing on the list that he just keeps on lecturing her about everything. Like every time she tries to bring something up.
Yes, but why couldn't you just put things where they go?
If you act like a child, we must treat you like a child.
Exactly. I hate to
No,
say
that's
it,
not
guys,
that's
but
not gonna
these are
last
these
very
are
long.
things I agree with.
I mean, I agree with the fork thing, the water thing. I'm like, whatever. I mean, she's from where is she, Trinidad? You think they care about that in Trinidad? No, they probably don't. So
Okay, how about when you are at your sink and you're washing your face, brushing your teeth, you get water. You know how the water kind of goes everywhere? Do you take a towel and kind of wipe it down?
no.
What about at work too? When you're washing your hands and stuff, everybody's sharing the sink and like the water goes everywhere. Do you take a paper towel and wipe it down?
No.
You're that dude that leaves water sprayed all over the place
Yeah,
at work.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
I don't
even when
leave
I like
water all
wash my
over the
mug.
place.
Well, I mean, even just a little bit. If there was like, if I was washing my mug and it got a little bit on the sink, I'm wiping that
Yes.
down. Because,
Yes.
it was clean when I got there. It should be clean when I leave.
I'm that person. I mean, only like maybe at home I wouldn't care so much, but like at work I do wipe it down.
No, I don't think I do. I don't remember seeing like, oh, the sink is like super messed up. And then when I leave,
Oh
it
yeah,
isn't.
and then nobody comes out and be like, "Why is there water freaking everywhere around the sink?"
No,
I
Bilal,
do.
I don't
I'm
work
that
with
person
Bilal.
at work.
You're that person who
I'm
says
that person at
that.
work. I'm just like, God, these slobs, you couldn't just wipe this? I don't understand. It's so easy. Just wipe it.
I
Yes.
don't know.
Okay.
My job is different. I work with thousands of people. And like
Okay.
there's tons of people using the sink. And so like the janitorial staff is on it a lot.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay. And then Bilal talks about how this is the most he's ever argued in a relationship.
I don't believe him.
I know,
He's
right?
divorced
I know.
twice. You're divorced twice, bro. There were arguments.
I know.
And I feel like Shai really wants to try to please Bilal, right? She's like, okay, I'll clean the floor. You know, I feel like she is trying to please him way more than I would ever try.
Yeah, and I mean like his ex-wife doesn't seem like she's gonna shy away from an argument either. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure they've had a lot of arguments.
So if he can't make it work out with Shai, then he needs to be alone and just have some girlfriend.
Yeah, that's true. Just like somebody who just comes over and doesn't live with him and they don't like have to deal with that kind of stuff.
Or maybe a marriage with that where they live in separate houses.
I would like that kind of marriage.
Yeah.
That's a great marriage.
Like where you, or if you have kids too. I was thinking about this. Like, I mean, if you got separated just so you can have some time to yourself.
Yeah.
But you can entrust your kids with somebody that you can 100% trust. So you're like, yes, go to your dad. He's in a whole different house. I could stretch my legs. Don't gotta whisper. Don't gotta whisper around here. Nope. Just a thought. Just a new societal construct thing that we can create.
Yeah. Who said you had to live together? It sounds
Yeah.
miserable.
Jeez.
I'm sure there are people who don't live together even though they're married.
Yeah, that would be me. I want that for me.
That's pretty much it for Bilal. Do you think he was receptive to her? Sorry, I'm eating a cookie right now. You think he was receptive when she told him, like, listen, you're lecturing me constantly? Do you know that? Do you notice? Do you notice that you're constantly lecturing?
I don't think so. I think he wanted to lecture her again about it.
Well, he threw it back in her face and said, do you think I lecture you so much? Do you think it's always a lecture? And then I hated him again.
But I was really proud of her. She's like, nope, I'm not going to go to Juma. I don't care how much time. Also, this was a backbite on him. Because look what he did. He made her feel uncomfortable because of his own asseries, his own bad behavior at the Juma. What was he mad at her about? Oh, the hitting, right? Because he was ignoring her because she, was hitting him and being aggressive. He treated her like that at Juma, and now she feels awkward there and she doesn't want to go.
Yeah, that's his fault. So he needs to make it a welcoming situation for her again.
Mm-hmm. He needs to make up to her.
I'm pretty sure she's gonna go.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, she's gonna go again. She probably already went.
And that's it for them.
Okay, do we want to do Cara and Guillermo?
Yeah.
Let's do Cara and Guillermo for episode 7. So basically they do they're getting ready for Cara's high school reunion. They're running in the car and we see how bossy Cara is to Guillermo. Apparently, like when she gets really stressed out, she gets really bossy and she has no patience for anything. And then what put the pressure on the situation was that she was apparently doing one of her hustles, which is like balloon decorations. And I think other people here can attest to, how stressful balloon decorations can be.
Yes. And you know what? I plan to do it again for my daughter's 3rd birthday. And she gave me a brilliant idea because while she was doing it, if you guys noticed, they were like taking 3 balloons at a time and like wrapping them together and then putting it together, like putting those groups or clusters together at the same time, meshing them together instead of trying to just do one a big old one and having the balloons fall down all over the place. So I was like, this is brilliant. Yes. So she, thank you, girl. Thank you.
She's an influencer.
She's an
you.
influencer and she saved. I think I'm going to do a great job. She made it look easy. I had to Google this thing. It popped up and I was like, okay. Thank you, Cara. You gave me some ideas. Now I believe in myself. If she can do it, I can do it.
That's true.
I'm just laughing because I remember this nightmare of this balloon popping and nobody wanted to. I hate balloons. All right. I hate that they explode. I hate everything about them. And when we were setting up this balloon arch, they kept popping all over the place. Every time we set up one row, like 3 of them would explode.
But it came out beautiful. Okay, I got pictures. They look good. But
I'm like, how long did it take for us to do that? It took like I was there. I told you guys half the day, and you've already spent half the day doing whatever it is that you guys did.
There's a video that I watched that this lady did a beautiful one in 15 minutes. Okay, guys, doing the couplet method or the triplet method that we saw her do, wrapping 3 balloons together or 2. That's gonna make it go by fast. Okay, all right, guys, you're gonna be there for me. Mistake? Yes.
I guess
tried to just
because we were using the strip. We were using the strip that you put the balloons in one by one, and that's not the way to go. Okay. I learned this from Cara. Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess we could see how it would be stressful, and we learn how she kind of cares about impressing others, which I feel like is different from how she presented herself in the beginning. I think she presented herself as like super confident, carefree, does what she wants, but then based on this episode, it's like she really wants to impress her high school, like her old classmates. So we see how that affects her and how it affects her, like the way that she treats Guillermo, which is basically to treat him like shit, like he's not doing anything right, even though he's trying to help her, and he wants to give the stars away to little kids on the street, but she just popped it in front of his face. Which I guess it's true, like it's impractical in America. Like, where are you gonna find kids and like give them balloons, right? But I guess in the streets of like where are they from? Where they meet, Buenos Aires,
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
So I guess like that's
Buenos Aires.
I guess it's easy to do it there, but in America it's not. But she didn't have to pop the balloons in front of his face. Come on, literally killing his dreams.
She sure did. She sure did have to pop it in front of his face. She had to show him who's boss.
That's true. She did. And yeah, she's
like, oh yeah, you want to give these to some kids? Pop, pop, pop.
And so basically my note from that was like, man, these people hate each other. And then we see.
Wait, you think so? Just because of that?
Well, I guess like the whole relationship, based on like the meeting before, like with the friends and all the complaints, and then also now. Like what I'm about to say, which is when she met her ex-boyfriend. And then I don't know what you think about him. He's giving me Kevin Federline vibes.
Yes. Oh God, that's a good pull. Definitely.
But actually, like Kevin Federline, like he like looks like a douche on the outside, but then he actually took care of Brittany's kids. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's actually a good guy. This guy.
But it's his kids too.
That's true. You're right. But I mean, like, I feel like he isn't as bad as everybody thought. Maybe this guy is the same. He's not as bad as everybody thought. Or as everybody thinks. I don't know. It could go either way. I like the Rocco's Modern Life tattoo, though. So maybe that's why.
I didn't even see any of that.
Me either. I did not notice he had that. I love Rocco's Modern Life. Really?
It was on his arm.
Oh.
But basically, he tells Cara and Guillermo like about their relationship. It was super fiery and young, passionate. They were in love, and she effed him up basically by cheating on him, which she doesn't even remember. She's like, "Oh, I totally forgot about that." And then Guillermo was like surprised, like, "Oh my God, like you did something so bad to somebody and you don't even remember?"
Do you think that she honestly didn't remember?
Just like, yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I feel like she honestly didn't remember.
Me too.
I mean, how she's not that old. I'm sure she knows why he broke up with her, especially if she remembers that this was like a fiery, young, passionate romance.
Mhm.
You couldn't have just magically forgot why you two broke up.
That's
Well, I don't
kind
know.
of
Maybe
true.
it depends because like if they had a big blowout, then yeah.
Yeah,
But
this dude is hurt. He says he still doesn't trust women.
but
Did he say he never touched a woman since, or he never trusted a woman?
Trust.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
like,
I mean, I don't know.
whoa, he never touched a
Maybe he
woman
never.
since.
He only touches boys exclusively now.
I don't know
That
how
was
they
a
broke up.
joke. I was joking.
I don't know how they broke up. Like, did she just like stop talking to him or something? Maybe in that case, I could see like how she could forget. But if they had a blowout, then she's probably just lying. Then I don't know. But it seemed like sincere when she said, "Oh, I totally forgot." But maybe she's somebody who
No,
has so
I
many
think
different
she's
life
saving face.
experiences. But I feel like she also has done so many things that I wouldn't put it past her to be like, "Oh, I forgot." Like, I totally forgot about that. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so we learn more about Kara in that way. She cheated on people twice. She didn't tell Guillermo about it. Do you think Guillermo's like justified in being wary of Kara?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Because I feel like not only did she cheat, but also she didn't seem very remorseful, and she's like super bossy.
I mean, I don't know. I still don't find her to be super bossy.
Mhm.
I mean, okay, I do think in that instance with the whole balloon thing, she was, but that's totally understandable because it's like when you're party planning and you're like stressed and you're thinking about what you
Mhm.
need to do, you have to direct orders, you know. But after that, I felt like she was okay. He was kind of pointing things out to her about. See, the good thing I feel like about him is that he is also a very strong character. Like the ex-boyfriend was saying that wasn't going to work out, that he seems weak. But do you guys think so or no? I feel like he doesn't.
I don't think so. Yeah, he does like mention things and says things that are an issue.
Um, so when he mentions things, she seems to consider what he's saying. The only thing is, I guess it doesn't come into action. She may acknowledge it and say yes, but then she'll just continue to do her same thing.
Yeah, I don't see her changing in any way.
Okay, did this episode make you like either of them, either, like more or less?
No, I still don't care about them.
Same Z's. Yeah. They could like not have shown up for like 3 or 4 weeks, and I would not even have realized they weren't on TV.
Yeah. They don't have like entertaining problems.
I agree.
So it's just not likable people. There's nothing about them that I have a strong distaste for Bilal, but so I look forward to hating him that week.
Mhm.
These two are just like, there's nothing endearing or hateful about them.
That's very true. That's very true. There's nothing even endearing.
Yeah.
I do have to say that I was surprised that Kara was not as bitchy as I thought she was going to be.
Like, well, during which part? During the next boyfriend part?
Yeah, and just overall, like, oh, I'll get a bunch of losers from my high school. That would be me.
Come on, she's trying to get her singing career up and running.
I guess so. And she seemed very nice, and I was like, wow.
Mhm.
So she's a lot less bitchy than I thought she would be.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It still didn't endear me to her.
I don't know. I feel like for me, I ended up not liking her even more. I don't just like super hate her. It's not like a Bilal thing, but it's moved from like antipathy to like less than antipathy, like impatient, like get off my screen already.
Yeah. Just can't
Yeah.
wait for the story to be over. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
thank God we've gotten past this week.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it for them.
Well, if you wanted a story about a controlling bitch, how about Emily?
This is interesting. Oh, you're gonna say that, are you? Wow. Oh, that's
Well,
coming in
I don't know. You don't
strong.
know. You don't know where I'm going with this.
Okay,
Actually.
okay. All right, go ahead.
That's what Kobe thinks she is. But anyway, in the first episode, she was telling Kobe that she wanted Coben, their son, to stick in a like very strict routine, and she needs things to be done exactly the way she expects them to be done because she's mothered him for 17 months at this point. So, she really wants to raise him a certain way. And Kobe is super annoyed because he makes her out to be stupid when he thinks that he's good with kids and all he wants to do really is spend time with his son. So, they fight about that. But, they're getting ready to go out to see the neighborhood and they fight again on who's driving. And, he finally kind of unloads and says all the things that she needs to ease up on, including like being allowed to put Coben to sleep and, being able to be a dad in his own way, and tells Emily, you're smart, but you're not that smart. What would you say if someone said that to you? You're smart, but you're not that smart. You guys have
I'm waiting.
no reaction to
I'm
these
waiting for you. I think
idiots.
you have a lot of things
She's
to
ready
say.
to like explode.
Who, me? What? No.
Okay, well, I mean, I get where both of them are coming from. They just have, classic communication styles issue. Um, for him, I think he constantly says this thing, this is my son. This is my son. I love him and that's great. But like just because he's your son doesn't mean you magically have the knowledge to like take care of him properly. You know what I mean? So I feel like he needs to learn that. Like just because he's your son doesn't mean you're not gonna make a mistake. But I feel like she's not even giving him the chance to make a mistake. And the way that she wants him to conform to the way that she's made Coben's life is like very, very strict, and like there's no leeway. There's no two parents, which makes sense because she's had to do it by herself, right? So it's hard to like relinquish this control when you have your own control that you've developed over the course of 18 months. But it's like, does she want him to help or not? You're gonna have to give up some power if you want to help. That's what I feel like.
I agree with a lot of that. There are different communication styles. I don't know. That's going to be their main thing they're going to have to really work on, because she does seem controlling and bossy. I think it's the approach. It's her approach. I think if she was like more sensitive or more soft or had a different delivery, he would take it better. But her approach is very I'd say aggressive, and it rubs him off the wrong way, maybe culturally, whatever. And this, yes, with the kids thing, yes, when you have your way of doing things, you want it to be followed like that. After a while, once you have more kids, you start to let go. I think that'll
Start to let
that's
them.
her first one, your first son, so you still
So would
have
you start
very
to
high
let your second kid
expectations.
to eat ground nuts at
Okay, wait.
17
So was he
months?
trying to give him like a whole peanut, or was it ground? What was it?
No, they're peanuts called ground nuts.
Oh, okay. He didn't
They are not
grind.
ground. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
they
okay.
came from the ground.
Yeah. See, these are also things that, like, in my case, grandparents do. Like, what are you talking about? I gave you peanuts when you were whatever. Like, wait, but you could choke off a round peanut, no, come on, you're being overly protective.
Yeah, so that was like fight number 2 or 3 or 4 if you're keeping count. But at this point, he's basically saying, all right, time to have him try some peanuts. And she's like, he's gonna choke and die and may be allergic to it. And Kobe's like, this is utmost disrespect. I am a capable father and I will feed my son nuts if he wants to eat them.
He could, how old is, did they say how old the son is?
17 or 18 months.
Yeah, like if you took the nuts and broke it up, that's fine, I think. They say the
Probably even
younger,
small enough.
Yeah, and they say that you're supposed to feed your children actually allergic, things that have kind of high allergic reactions like peanuts and shellfish at a young age, like 6 months and up, to help make them more tolerant, I guess, of these things. So there's that.
That wasn't their only fight. So they now fight about how to properly clean a stable. So, he offers to help in the farm, and he's doesn't have a lot going on. So Emily's mom accepts his help, and he starts shoveling horse shit. And he's never worked with horses before, never seen them before, I guess. And so now he's like picking them up piece by piece. I don't know. I'd probably react the same way if I had to shovel shit. And Emily's like, yo, pick all of it up. What are you doing? Just pick it up. And he's like, shut the fuck up. Let me do it the way I want to do it.
Can I say, when I was watching this, I also wanted to be like, man, shut the fuck up.
This is why I was like, this is a controlling bitch. Because I was like, listen, I'm going to shovel it the way I fucking want you. Shut the fuck up and back the fuck up. I don't even know why you're talking right now. Exactly. I have to shovel this shit.
I don't care if you're right or you're trying to you're just trying to help. Just hearing that, just like you said, the delivery, it's like, oh my God, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, especially because she won't stop, right? He's basically said let me just do it the way I want to do it. I will do it. I'm working right now. Just go and back up. And she's like, I don't understand why you just do it real fast so we can hang out. And at that point, I would also probably listen, shut the fuck up right now. I need to get back in the fucking.
I don't want to hang out with you. That's the whole point.
Yeah, you see me fucking shoveling shit right now. I'll fucking throw all this shit at you. Shut the fuck up. So
wait, I have to say that I totally agree. I felt the same way. I felt the same way because he did ask her multiple times to be quiet. Let me just do it my way. Okay, I'm gonna just do it. Let me just do it my way. And she just kept going and going and going.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't have done it in front of her mom. That was 100% disrespectful. But in private, I would have been like, listen, you need to just shut the fuck up. I told you to shut up because you do way too fucking much.
Exactly.
I would have totally told her to shut the fuck up.
In front of the mom thing? Oh man, that's really bad.
Yeah, that was
very,
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 especially
very bad.
Since you're living there for free, bro. You don't want to piss these people off.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. But it doesn't matter the intention of what he's trying to do, even if you're trying to help him, even if you want to do it more efficiently. It's about the gesture that he's trying to do, and just let him do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just let him do it. Let him learn.
Shut the fuck up and let him do it.
I know. So yeah, this is when I was like, yeah, this bitch is a controlling bitch. 100% needs to have full control over her entire environment, because her parents even say it. They say this is the kind of person that she is. She needs to have her way. So
which is crazy. Her mom seems so quiet
she's
and
so
nice.
even keeled. Her mom is super, and I she's been one of my favorite moms so far. And so yeah, she was like, my husband would never say yeah, we would disagree and argue, but he would never say that to me. And I'm like, yeah, not to your face, but I would have been like, shut the fuck up, mom.
Well, I feel like her personality is nothing compared to her daughter's.
Yeah, well, her daughter is super wild, right?
Maybe they needed to tell her to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Emily.
I think so.
They probably never told her to shut the fuck up.
I mean, even the grandma said that they all listened to Emily.
Yeah. I guess Emily's just not the kind of person who's been used to being told no. She just does whatever she wants whenever she wants. So, when people stand up to her, she thinks it's super disrespectful. Both of these idiots think that each one disrespected the other. And so they give each other half-assed apologies. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, or how about how they're each saying she wasn't like this in China, and then she's like, he wasn't like this back in China, and then they're all like constantly saying how they weren't like this back in China.
I have this in my notes. It's like I don't understand why people who would have casually dated for 2 months in like the heat of the moment, the passion, the sex, all the fun things, you're in an environment that's like tailor made for you to enjoy your life. Yeah, of course you're going to do things that are fun and like, that bring out the good in you. But when you're back in real life, the true you comes out. So you wouldn't have seen that while you're out there having fun. What did you think would happen? That you're trying to get married in 90 days to a person that I didn't know they were like this. It's like, yeah, because you knew him for 2 months.
Right, in the best of
Idiots.
situations. Totally
Exactly.
I
agree.
like this on the phone. Like, okay, sure, dude. Sure, Bilal. She wasn't like that on the phone. Man, I hate him.
All right, so let's move on to Binny and Ari, our other favorite. Not really. Okay, so they kind of make up after their argument in New York, the thing that Ari started to kill Binny's dreams, about wanting to move to the city. And then Binny ends up calling his sisters because he wants to tell them about how nervous he is in meeting Ari's family. And he wants to do a good job with this because he doesn't want to screw it up the way Ari did. So he wants to be perfect, he says. So he's talking to his sisters, he's telling them about it. And then he's like, actually, you know what? Why did you guys throw that wine on Ari? Because she kind of wants to know, why did you throw it? And they're like, oh, because she said that she's happy to be leaving, even though we helped her take care of Avi. After all the things we've done for her, she said she's happy to be leaving. And then they start laughing and talking about how maybe she got drunk from the wine that they threw on her. And even Benny starts laughing. He's like, hey,
Damn.
hey.
It's messed up.
Did you think so? And then the sisters say, like, you know what? Even if it doesn't work out between the two of you, they can at least help you get a green card so that way you can stay there and also see your other son and such. And then Benny's like, yeah, that's a good idea.
What a stupid idiot.
Okay, yes. I have a question, but I'll save it for later. He ends up meeting the family. It seems, it's kind of awkward because they all know the problems that they had before. The sister starts grilling him and he tries to answer. But then he ends up saying this thing, which was a no good. Just like, all right, well, even if we don't work out, it's okay. Ari can marry me. My family was talking about it, just so that she could give me a green card. It would be good for me. And all the family starts looking at each other like, huh? This is exactly what we suspected. We just want to be here for a green card. Probably what
Yeah,
they're
dumb.
thinking in their mind.
It's dumb of him to say.
I
That's what
wonder,
I was thinking in my mind.
why do you think he would?
I think he's truly an idiot. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think he knew what he was saying. It's like,
yeah.
this is
Yeah.
the kind of crap you think in your brain. You don't say out loud.
And then Ari's like, well, the true prize is the true prize is me. It's not the green card. It's me, right? Right. And then he's like, oh, I mean, yes. I mean, yeah, of course. Yes, it's you. You are. And then we see Ari tell the camera that she's worried that he doesn't love her as much or that he doesn't love her in the same way that she loves him. And she wonders if they will ever get past these trust issues that they have. And I feel like Benny probably doesn't love her in the same way that she loves him. I don't know. I feel like he's like not that deep. Is that messed
No,
up?
I think
Has he shown you
does.
anything that makes it seem like he had depth?
Well, when she left, he was super crying. Remember the first time? Or maybe that was just for his kid, right? Wasn't he super crying and he was begging her to come back?
Right, right. But I think it was for the kid. I mean, I feel like not that he doesn't love her, but it's just it's like it's weird. He's like, I don't know how to explain it. You know, like his love is not like a profound love. You know, like when it's just kind of like the mother of my child.
Yeah, and for someone who likes to say, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that this family stays together, when she was out of sight, she was out of mind. She like literally tried his best to forget that she existed.
Right. That is what he said. Practically.
But that was out of like depression or
Yeah,
fear.
but
Like
she's
it's
trying her best to make sure that you're like connected and you're purposefully ignoring her.
that's true. He shouldn't have ignored her.
I'm just going to
That's why she
pretend.
felt so insecure.
Yes. Okay. So you guys are with Ari on here, like with this point here.
Oh, only that. Everything else she's loca.
Okay. Okay.
just that part.
So okay, right. When she brings that up, I do kind of understand her because I'm like, okay, Benny, he does have a very surface level love. I mean, I do think he loves her, but I feel like he would love anybody like that. Like, not just. I mean, what should I say? It's not necessarily Ari like being messed up and loca. That he has that surface level love. I feel like he would just, with whatever woman, like this is my woman, this is my child. I don't know. But anyway, so then he tells her that he wants to okay, next episode, you're going to do the MMA now. They go to a gym. She takes him there. They check it out. It looks like a really good professional gym. They kind of they do some sparring and he does a great job. He looks really good doing it too. And I guess he has potential. And so like it's going to take 3 to 4 hours a day for him to get to the level he needs to get to be a good MMA fighter, to have a match or whatnot. And then Ari's like, wait, what? 3 to 4 hours a day? This is supposed to, in these 90 days, we're supposed to get closer together, not pulled apart. And I don't know if this is going to be good for our relationship. But he does it anyway.
Yeah, isn't it like 40 minutes away or something?
Oh, yeah. And it's 40 minutes away. And she has to drive him.
I mean, practically, I feel like it's not a good idea. I mean, it's not that she wants him to follow his dreams, but yeah, it's not practical. Plus, they need money, and like, doesn't it cost money to train at the gym? Like, it's just not feasible for right now.
And I'm sure it costs a lot of money if you're training every single day.
It seems like a what we've been talking about, like a kiddish thing, a childish thing for him to pursue right now, at least.
Is it a childish thing? If that was your passion?
Right. I don't really think so.
But I mean, like to pursue it at this time.
If
Like
not now,
they
then
don't.
when?
Yeah.
They can't. Well, they can't. How are they going to pay for their apartment? And
She
she's like
works.
she's taking care
This
of
could be
Avi
their
and
ticket
working.
out.
So
This
she's
could be
taking
their
care
ticket out.
of Avi, and she's gonna work, and you see her on the phone, like at the playground.
But this would be his work. This is how he would
Yeah,
make the
but she
money.
said she did research, and they also probably make very little money. I don't know. It just seems like impractical for right now. Like it seems like the of all the things that they could do to situation themselves better in America, like for him to be gone like 5 hours a day training and with no promise of money anytime soon. I don't know.
It's called sacrificing for your dream. Sacrificing.
I believe in sacrifice for your dream. It just feels like not the right time.
I mean, it is financially impractical, but if he has a dream and he can make it work, it could be a payoff later on.
Well, I mean, I guess you never
Okay,
know.
Jibri.
You
Mm-hmm.
never know the effect of 90-day. You have to remember that 90-day also pays them. So
Oh
I guess
yeah.
that's something. But
Yeah,
I feel like
we
it's
act like
not the
these
right
people are
time.
completely poor. They're getting paid. They have a salary.
Yeah.
I think it's only like $1,000 an episode, guys.
That's 10 grand. That could pay for their apartment like 2 months.
Okay. So, right. Then we see Ari juggling multiple things. She's like driving him, taking care of the kid, working, and then, trying to entertain the child as Benny is is training. And then it comes time to pick him up. I don't know, guys. I have to ask you if this is like a setup, if you think this is a setup or what. So she comes in and then she's like, she does like a double take, like, wait, what? And she tells some producer to watch her kid. She like strolls her kid, like just rolls him. Can you watch him?
Just throws them away.
Yeah. Takes that stroller and pushes it down the block. He's like, producer, can you watch him? And then she came storming in and she's like, what the hell is this? Who the hell are you? And I was like, wow, I already got some balls. She's just coming up there confronting this MMA fighter.
You guys, I actually had to turn it off or turn down the volume because I was so uncomfortable watching it because I was pretty sure that the MMA bitch was about to punch her legs out.
I was surprised with how well behaved the MMA lady did.
Oh man, I'm like, you're picking a fight with someone who's sparring your like 200-pound husband. I would find a better place. This
What do
is
you
not the
think?
place, and this is not the woman.
But what do you
It's,
think about
I
that? But
feel like
Ari just like,
it's so weird because like other times where you saw Ari like when she got the wine thrown in her face, she was like totally calm. But this is just like she just went crazy. There
well, with
was
the Mhm.
no, I just think she's just not thinking at all. Because it's true, like the MMA chick could totally punch her lights out if she wanted to. That's probably why she didn't even take it seriously. She's like, oh, whatever. The MMA chick.
That's true. That's true. I was like, wow. Because, yeah, you're right. Because she felt zero threat. She's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
another crazy jealous girlfriend. You know,
Yeah, and she was
that's a
right.
good
You
point.
train with who's there, when they're there, wherever they are. You know, what I mean, that's how MMA. I mean, I trained in an MMA gym. If whoever was there was who you were sparring with, they pair you down with size. So if you're the person closest to your size was like a buffed out chick, that's who you were playing sparring with.
Yeah. So she just went up. I was like, wow, what the heck? I didn't know Ari had some balls, you know? She's about to spar right now with this MMA chick
Oh
who's going
my
to kick
god,
her
I
ass.
was so ready for her to get punched in the face. I was like watching like this basically because I was pretty sure she was gonna get punched in the
Like,
face.
shut the fuck up.
Second bitch they told to shut the fuck up this week.
But I thought it was funny that when I was like, well, Ari has a point because she's like, well, oh yeah, you're just here to train with your fake eyelashes. You look good, by the way. I mean, it looks good, but you training me in with full on makeup and fake eyelashes. What
I
kind of
wish
crazy
she would have
shit is
yanked
that?
that fake eyelash. I wish she would have. She's like, oh no, she just has beautiful eyelashes.
So what's wrong with that? Maybe she wants to look good while she trains, or maybe she got a date after. You don't know.
I gotta say, she was really cute though. She
She was
was
really pretty.
until she
Yeah.
The
started
MMA chick
talking, and
was
you
really
know,
pretty.
she did
Oh,
not
she was,
play.
yeah, she did not come there to lose.
When she
You
started
know what
talking,
I'm
you're like,
saying?
oh,
Yeah.
she's
Like my girl's got a little extra testosterone flowing in her veins.
Yeah, so then she gets mad at Biniam. Why didn't you tell me that you're sparring with a girl? You know, you never mentioned this. This is another thing of you trying to avoid conflict. And, she basically chews him out and he looks at the camera really lost.
Well, I
That was the
think
end.
this is where I actually thought that when Biniam started trying to explain himself, she knew that she was kind of wrong because she wouldn't even let him talk and like walked away, would not hear anything that he had to say. Because he was trying to like explain how the MMA training worked, and she was about to like be made a fool. She was like, "Nope, we're done talking here."
Yeah, and I mean, she is a fool for that.
Yeah, she was super stupid. Now I kind of feel like she deserved the wine.
Yeah, and so the lady said, does she want him to fail? She just came here and interrupted his training and everything. She wants him to fail. And that was the
I
end
think
of
she
their scene.
does. Don't you think that she does want him to fail? She doesn't want him to do MMA.
I mean, she's jealous over sparring with a girl. I mean,
I think
imagine all
she's
the
just-
women who are going to
I don't
throw
know.
themselves at
Do you
him.
think she's jealous at the woman, or she's jealous that he's living his dream
Oh, yeah, it could
and
be
she
either.
can't? And so she's just finding some kind of excuse to just be like, "You can't do this here because you're not being forthright about what you do here." What were they doing? They were training. They weren't having sex in the gym.
Yeah, and there was a guy
Yet.
there too, the coach.
Maybe she's just insecure
Yeah.
because the girl was, yeah, she was in shape,
Hot
she
and
was
young.
pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, she already lost a bunch of weight too. She had her little like Lululemon outfit going on.
Sure. But is she hot and young?
Well, she's not the
Because-
MMA fighter.
I mean, but Binia must have thought she was hot at some point, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I
she's
guess
not-
before when they met, when they were showing those pictures of her, she was not completely unattractive.
And how old
Yeah.
is she?
I don't know.
She's
20?
not that
She was
old.
early
I bet she's
20s.
younger than us right now.
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
quickly
true.
look.
Are
Are
you
you
saying
saying
we're
we're
old?
not hot and young?
Yeah.
We're not hot and young.
Is that what you're saying?
Speak for yourselves. I'm
Is that
hot
what you're
and young.
saying?
I'm 21 forever. You guys are old.
That's it with them, guys.
Okay. Let's move on to this interesting couple, Miona and Jibri. All right, so we pick up back with them. They go to visit Jibri's grandmother, and then we are introduced to the fact that, since they both love fashion, they actually plan their matching outfits. What do you think about that?
It's so cute. I like it. I like how she's really like into it.
You like the matching outfits?
I do like the matching outfits. I think it's super adorable because it's matching in a way that's hilarious and kind of like makes it endearing.
Well,
I
I
like it
guess
too.
yeah, it does. I don't know. I think I guess it fits them because of how they both are. It does fit their personality. That's true. I think it's I think it's a little bit much. But it's done in a way that's kind of like, you're right, like outlandish, which makes it kind of more fun as opposed to like a forced, strict matching that some couples do. You know what I mean? But anyway, Miona's helping with the horses, and she does not tell Jibri to shut the F up though. She's much nicer about it. She gets along with Jibri's grandmother, and Jibri's grandmother calls it though, like how she describes Miona as somebody who's impatient and is not willing to compromise. I got the same feeling that Miona just wants what she wants and she's not willing to compromise for Jibri. And then they have this conversation about Chicago, and then him going to Chicago and how she wants to support him. He doesn't want her to come, but because she doesn't get along with David, but she ends up bringing him, or he ends up bringing her along anyway. And the bargaining chip is that he's going to give her the destination beach wedding. So she had to use that bargaining chip for that, which is like kind of a sneaky thing to do. I don't know. I feel bad for Jibri this whole episode.
Me too.
I did not actually. I thought that she deserved this beach wedding. Everything she said was facts.
Why?
And I was
Why
like,
do you
yeah,
mean?
actually, actually, yeah, she did give up everything. She doesn't have anything. She does exactly what she says for like what he says for them to do, and at this point has not been able to compromise anything. So it's like, yeah, you get your beach wedding.
I
You do
agree.
that. You do
Yeah.
that for you.
But he has been compromising. Um, but what he's saying is like I feel like it fiscally makes sense.
Yeah,
And he,
fiscally makes sense is different from being taken away from your family.
it's not being taken away. She chose.
Being
She
put
wants to be a
in the middle of
Kardashian in
nowhere. Did
America.
you know
It's
I
not
had
being
to look
taken
up where
away.
South Dakota was? I did not know where South Dakota was before this episode.
So I
And
mean,
it
she
is fun.
also wanted to be there too, to be a Kardashian. So it's not like
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. She didn't even get to live her life as a Kardashian. I think she signed up for
Yeah.
that rock star life. She didn't even
Yeah,
get
but
it.
she
Now
doesn't
she's
have any
stuck in
money.
Rapid City, South Dakota.
She's
And
broke.
I
So is
now know.
Jibri.
I now know where Rapid City, South Dakota is. All right. Now I have to know where
I
that
mean,
city is.
Jibri is trying to give her that lifestyle. He literally rolled out the red carpet for her. Plus, I mean, he's trying to compromise with her to be able to live the lifestyle. There's no way. Like if she goes to LA, what's she gonna do? Live on the street because she has nothing. There's nothing for her to do.
Makeup, bro. Talking about makeup.
Well, we haven't seen any of her prowess in that. Well, I guess her own makeup is really good.
Yeah, she can work at Sephora. I don't even think they have a Sephora in South Dakota.
That's true. Maybe. But anyway, so I just feel like Jibri's under a lot of pressure. And they fly to Chicago. Miona says she'll try to get along with Jibri, which doesn't happen like at all. So basically, they meet
Miona
up
gets along with Jibri. You mean David?
Sorry. They meet up with David at his truck stop where he works.
Does he own the truck stop? The trucking company? I don't understand.
I don't know. It feels like I don't know their vibe together. Like I'm totally not into it. It feels so like apparently that's his best friend, but it feels like they're doing a put on. Like it's not authentic. Like they're both putting up a front. That's what it feels like.
Is it because you think David is trying to be black?
Maybe
He's got that black scent on point, bro.
He does have a very heavy black scent. It's true.
I feel like David, yeah, he's like trying to put something up like a front for the cameras also.
Yeah, he's trying to be extra hard.
Yes. Like you could tell he's trying hard. I mean, a lot of them, they feel natural, but he does not feel natural.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they have this like really weird conversation where David's trying to get him to like drive the truck, but at the same time, the whole reason why he went there was so that they could record for their band. So I don't really know exactly what he wants. So it's kind of all over the place. And then they record this track. They go to record the track, and move introduced to their band.
Wait. I have to say though, David is very annoying, but he did have like a point. I mean, you can have your dreams to be a singer or whatever, but you also kind of maybe need like a financially stable job. No, you can do both. I think is what he's trying to say. Like while you're waiting to hit it big on this music thing, we can, you can work a regular job.
Yeah, but I mean, is that against what Jibri was doing back in South Dakota? Wasn't he? I mean, David is the one who called him for the band to get back together, right?
Which was an ulterior motive because he wants him to be a trucker.
Yeah, so wasn't Jibri already trying to like save money back in South Dakota anyway?
I don't even know. Have we been introduced to any of his jobs or his hustles?
Yeah, no, I like right now. I just remember him working for his parents, but he did say that he did work for the trucking company while he was waiting on Miona. I don't know if like once Miona came, he kind of just ditched that and then went to go live with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said it happened too quickly. Like he got his trucking license, then Miona interviewed, and then it just escalated so quickly that he basically couldn't drive. He chose not to drive.
Oh,
Oh, he never
To make
drove.
that-
Oh, okay.
He ended up like not driving,
Oh, okay.
even though truck driving salary is pretty good, guys.
I heard it was really great.
yeah. Well, actually, didn't he say he did drive because he said it was like a stress reliever or something?
I thought he did, but I thought that's what he was doing while he was waiting for Miona.
Yeah,
I don't know.
so he ended up like not pursuing it as
Oh.
that's what I took from it, was that he was ready to go as a means to an end while he waits for Miona. And then
Yeah.
it just so happened that Miona coming just came so quickly that he couldn't do it long or something.
Well, I don't know what the overlap is, but it's kind of a mess, and it feels like a mess right when they start talking about it again. And Miona is there this time, and they immediately start fighting. And David is mad at Miona because she distracted Jibri in his band, but also with the trucking thing, I guess. And so Miona starts defending herself, saying that she has Jibri's best interest at heart. And so I guess, I don't know, everybody has their own motives. Everybody's just thinking about themselves. So I don't know. And then go ahead.
I feel like Miona does truly love Jibri and wants the best thing for them over David. I would pick Miona's side over David.
I would too.
I agree.
But yeah, I just feel like Miona is, yeah, she does really love Jibri. But they go to meet with the engineer that they're trying to meet in Chicago, and be introduced to the rest of their band, which is like a female rapper, and then another alien person from Arkansas. And then we don't get to hear what their band sounds like.
Wait,
guys-
Space Cash is from Iowa.
Iowa, whatever, Arkansas, Iowa.
Oh my God. They're not the same state.
What do you guys think that their band sounds like? I feel like they
Did we
probably
hear a
sound like
little bit?
Alina.
We did hear a little bit of
Alina's
it.
music is awesome. Yeah, that was awesome music. But she's got
Okay.
Wi-Fi, right?
Okay, no. I'm not down for Alina's music. I actually would prefer the Jibri music. They did play a little piece of it, right?
I was very little though.
And I liked
Yeah,
it.
it's like
I like that little
rock
piece.
electronica.
Yeah, it was like rock electronica. I don't know. Maybe after this, like they'll actually come up with some good music and we'll listen to it. But
Let's look it up later.
basically, after that, they're trying to record. David is hating on Jibri's every mood concerning Miona, and then they immediately get into a physical altercation. They seem very like volatile. Like the theme of their relationship is like it's like violence. Like in the very beginning, like David, like we said, he has that front of like the black sun and also the good vibes only on Instagram, but then there's a lot of like volatility, toxicity underneath. That's what it's just giving me.
Totally agree. He has that toxic energy. Like you do not want to be in a long-term relationship with that guy. He's gonna mess you up.
Yeah.
And he did mess him up. Like he said, he put him in a coma.
Yeah. For
He
3
kicked
days.
his head and put him in. How the hell could you be friends with somebody after that?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they just like they enjoy this physical abusive relationship.
I mean,
say-
sorry.
I was just gonna say, like they say that that's my brother. That's my bro right
No,
there.
dude. I
Mm.
don't know. You should consider a new bro. Also,
Yeah.
he's kind of pompous, so you should consider a new bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and so like TLC cuts off the fight halfway. Of course, they would, so they could stretch it out to another episode, and that's where we end things. Like in the middle of their physical altercation. It doesn't even seem like a satisfying one. You know what I mean? Like a long time coming kind of fight. It just seems like these two people are stupid.
Yeah, it was like a gentle love pat on David's head, and he went for the jugular. He started
Yeah.
swinging immediately.
He is so toxic, that David guy.
Yeah.
I hate him. I'm just gonna say it right
Yeah.
now.
I
I
don't
hate him.
know what went through your life in Serbia, dude, but that sucks. Whatever that's going on in your brain.
That's the worst. Oh, I'm just about good vibes, guys. Yeah, the good vibes only. And but inside
Well, that's how
he's
you
the
know they're
worst.
frauds if they're, the lady doth protest too much.
Hmm.
That's him.
Yeah. That's it for them.
Okay, so let me just quickly do Thais and Patrick. They actually don't have too much because they weren't on the episode 7 at all. They were only on 8. So in episode 8, they moved to Dallas. They're gonna move to Dallas, guys. They sold the house, that beautiful house they were in. They're moving to Dallas, and the problem continues about why is John coming? Why is he following us here? And like, because he's family, you need to accept it. This is how it's gonna be. You know about my childhood, and if we go without John, we're going to be totally alone. And you don't know anybody, and I don't know anybody, and we're going to have nobody. And I know that feeling, and it's not good. Do you guys agree with Patrick on this? No? Yes?
Um,
Like to be in a city all alone, you don't
Well, I
know
feel like
anybody.
he could have said something else about. I mean,
yeah, that wasn't the reason. He should have
yeah,
just
the
said, I just
reason.
really need my brother there. I need him for
Yeah.
moral support for my life
But you know what?
in a
It's
way
so
that
true.
your love cannot provide.
Right, that, but also it is true what he's saying. It's very practical that what if something happened to your car? Or something happened to like you can easily call your brother, or that she's new. What if he's at work, something happened to her or her dog or whatever? He could easily be like, yo, John, can you help Thais go to the vet? Or can you know, it's like that person that you can rely for help versus just being totally on your own. And I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. I feel like the reason isn't like I'm totally fine with them living together. Like that's great. It's just the reasoning the way that he put it was like I don't know, it wasn't as believable.
Yeah, yeah. I guess he was trying to come at her in all different angles, which is what he says. He says he's trying to tell her, like, in so many different ways why John is important to him. And she just keeps trying to reject him. And it's not going to work for him, though. And she's just going to have to suck it up. So they move to this new house. She gets upset about stuff. She doesn't like the new house. Says that it's smaller. And they're like, what are you talking about? It's bigger. It's actually bigger. And I don't think that the house is really the problem. I think the problem is that she maybe feels out of control. She says that he didn't consult her about the layout or where the furniture is or anything like that. And like, she kind of likes the old house better. But I just mostly feel like she just feels out of control. Like she's not able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Agree or not?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like what he said in there at the end about her being acting entitled. Like that's what I felt like during this whole episode. Like she's acting very entitled. Like what it's I
Uh,
know you don't think so.
okay, go ahead.
Well, I
Well,
was gonna say you
I
know
think
they.
entitled is different from not feeling like you were a part of the decision making.
Hmm. Yeah, but I feel like with her, like the things that she mentioned, like oh the other closet was bigger, and the other house was like it felt bigger. It just felt like it's just she wants like the nicer things, and I know that like a lot of the theme that people use when they in 90 days, like I left my whole family, this and that. But I don't know. It's just it's wearing on me that excuse. It's true, but it's like what he's giving you this like give you a dog, a beautiful home, this like a nice car, and what are you contributing?
A beautiful he's
Sex.
he's pretty good looking, And he has a level head, other than the steroid stuff that he messed up on. But he learned his lesson, and now he seems like pretty level-headed.
Yeah, he's got a successful business.
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean,
you're just
what is
contributing
she? What is she contributing?
the poom
Booty.
poom.
Yes, her beautiful looks and that.
I
Yeah.
okay, but I mean that's gonna wear thin. Like I don't know. He's already getting impatient, and I could see it, and I totally understand. It's like, how? What else could I do? I give you this beautiful ass house.
The cutest,
Well,
cutest dog.
you know how like there was I don't know if you guys like watch Red Table Talk, but there was like that episode when Will and Jada were trying to rehash what went wrong in their marriage when they were considering breaking up. And it was like Will Smith, as rich and as like successful as he was, built this big, beautiful palace for Jada. And basically, she just felt like, why would you make all of this without even taking into consideration my feelings? I guess there was that part of it where you think that things are being provided for you, and you think that, yes, you're thankful that this is happening, but at the same time, you don't feel part of it. You're just being felt, you're feeling like it's just being given for you to just do and live and do whatever that you want in there. But it's like, okay, but I wasn't even part of any of this decision making, and now you're expecting me to just live with it, which is what he said, right? You just live with it. So if it's truly a partnership, you would think you would have at least a say in something.
But I feel like her say is just always like, get rid of John.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
And so it's like, it's hard. Like if you want to ask somebody, but you know that not never really going to be satisfied, because I feel like the only way to satisfy her is to get rid of John.
Well, okay, here's a unpopular opinion. All right. So let's say the John thing is off the table. Like, we are not giving up John. John is part of this family. He is part of this house. Then how else can you, like, you will always have that count against you, right? Well, I gave you John, so now I need this house, or I gave you John, so now I have to have this stuff. So it just feels like if you don't get anything else, you just feel like you've compromised again and again. You've compromised on the brother, now you've compromised on the house. Do you always have to keep compromising?
I think it's correlated to how much you contribute.
But she can't contribute yet.
Well, but it's a relationship. I mean, shouldn't it just be based on contributing, like financially, you mean? Or
Not financially, not just financially. Well, I guess she contributes
her love.
I guess her luck, her love,
He feels the love,
her affection. Yeah.
Yes.
Or if the only thing you can feel like you have control over to make this space feel like home for you is just a little bit of decoration, and you don't even want to like give up control on that. So what part of this is hers? Like, where can she feel at home? She's feel like she's occupying space. I think that's kind of the problem for her.
Yeah, so we're gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, and then let's see who's gonna eat their words, us or Will. She's
I don't
really
know. I
just
mean,
stuck up.
I don't feel like she's just well, in this episode, I do feel like, I mean, I see what you're saying about no control, and like she doesn't feel like she's part of it. But I don't know, the I guess the way that she framed her critiques made it seem like it wasn't because she didn't have control, it was because it wasn't good enough, because the other place was bigger and better for her.
Yeah,
and that's
I
why
mean,
she wanted it.
Right. It's probably not it's not the mature delivery.
Yeah, it didn't put her in a good light.
Instead of just saying what we're saying, like, okay, it's actually because I feel powerless. Like, you didn't ask me for my opinion. I don't feel like I'm part of this.
Did say that in the interviews, right? She was just like, he made all these decisions without ever consulting me.
Okay, you're right. But I guess like in the show, she was also saying.
Yeah, but she has the benefit, the interview, she has the benefit of hindsight. when they ask her questions.
Right. But we have to, I mean, it's totally true that out of all of the 90-day couples we've seen, like, he's truly provided everything for her.
Also, I didn't like
More
that.
than Shaeeda?
Oh, that's true. Well, I was gonna say like about the furniture and like John's part, like that she's not even gonna look at. Like she doesn't want it even in the house.
She just doesn't want John in the house.
It's like, come on, you're not even gonna be there. That's John's part of the house. It's like,
Yeah, maybe that's why it feels smaller for her, because he gets the whole upstairs and she gets a teeny
but
tiny
she's
sliver
like,
of this big, beautiful $1 million house.
she doesn't. She thinks it's ugly, and she doesn't want to even be in the house. This couches that she'll never see.
I mean, we saw a little bit of the house. It looks great.
It does.
It's got modern architecture.
Okay. I also would like to throw in that their like makeout scenes and such it's hot.
Turning
It's
you
hot.
on.
It's
Gross.
just hot. I gotta
Man, they
say.
were, yeah. It's not uncomfortable like the other couples.
No, and like while Patrick, he's not my type at all. I don't know, him speaking Portuguese and all of that, it makes him much more endearing. And I don't know. See, he's growing on me. He's growing on me. He looks really good in red.
Yeah. Told you guys this was a good couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, do you
Uh,
want to
sorry.
go ahead? Oh, do you want to move on to our last one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we got one more. It's Yvette and Mohammed. Yvette and Mohammed.
Okay, this is truly my favorite. This is my favorite.
Oh my god, I hate it so much. Okay, anyway, so Mohammed meets Yvette's friends, and it basically turns into a shit show because they start really kind of grilling him on many things, and so they have a little bit of like background about him and his experience or lack thereof. So, they ask him about like, how do you know how to have sex if you've never had sex before? You must watch porn. Things that like women who are kind of sexually more, I don't want to say promiscuous, but who are more sexually
Liberated.
free, yeah, would tend to ask questions, especially for men, right? And if you're coming from a really conservative background, that would make you super uncomfortable. So, that was already kind of off-putting. And now the judgment between these two people are happening because he feels like they're judging him for being Muslim, and they feel like he's judging them for dressing promiscuously and drinking wine, which is true. Both these idiots are judging each other.
Yeah.
So, there's always going to be this clash, I guess, if Eve continues to bring Mohammed to her group of friends who, live a certain kind of lifestyle. And so this whole issue of like the outfit Eve wore, and like she was showing her thong and she had to change. He was like, I was just trying to look out for you and make sure that no men would think bad thoughts about you. And she was like, no, dude, you're trying to control me. And I just feel like you're trying to control everything. So what do you think? Is he really trying to control her?
Yes.
You know what? No, this is a bad, this may not be the best opinion, but you know what? He was doing her a favor. Okay.
Why?
Because
She was showing her
not,
big, beautiful ass
and
in that
no,
beautiful dress.
that looks terrible with her thong showing through the dress. That's like not even a look. If she was like, okay, I want to wear these tight clothes and show my belly or whatever. Okay, that's fine. But this is like, it's like if you're wearing a dress and your bra strap is showing, it's like, okay, that's not sexy. This is like your bra strap is showing. It looks sloppy.
But that's not his issue. He doesn't care that it looks sloppy. He only cares that it looks provocative.
Well, okay.
And it was mostly just the outline of the thong. You couldn't even see it.
No, you could totally see her butt. It looked terrible.
Yeah, it was hanging out of the thong.
If it was my friend, I would have been like, "Excuse, that looks stupid."
But
Your
that's
ass
not
is
his.
strange.
That's not the point.
If this was the outfit that you wore and you felt sexy in, for someone to tell you put some more clothes on, you're being ridiculous.
I'd be like, okay,
you don't feel like, oh, why are you telling me what to do right now. I can do whatever I want, wear whatever I want.
Like you can wear that dress, but you should probably wear some Spanx or something, like
Yeah,
like
but
a
she didn't say
sheer
that. He
under.
said put something on top of that. You can't be wearing that outside.
Yes, because her ass was just straight up showing.
No,
I told you
But
he was
she
but
doing
wanted
her
to
a
wear her
favor.
clothes.
He was doing her a
wanted-
favor.
She
was not doing
wanted
her
to
a
wear
favor.
I'm
whatever
with
clothes
Mohammed.
she
I'm with Mohammed on
wanted.
this. I'm with Mohammed.
No.
Hot
We are
take.
all about
Intention
empowering you.
is totally different from your intention.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah, his intention was you don't know what those bad men are thinking, and you need to put clothes on because this is inappropriate for God.
oh, okay, well, I thought he was trying to do it right. Like, oh, listen, girl, that does not even look good with your ass.
I would have been
Hell
like, okay, if
no.
he really did mean that, he should have been like, girl, your ass is showing and it's not good in this outfit. Put
Like,
something
you need
on
to
or
put on
change.
Spanx under there, like some kind of sheer, like another,
Yeah.
like underdress, something to like you can still have the shapeliness, but not just straight up show your ass. Like that looks crazy.
Yeah. You were just trying to make her look sexier, and he was trying to
Yes.
cover up the sexy.
Okay. All right. Well.
So she had to put a thick ass coat on top of that, big, beautiful ass of hers. Anyway, so these two fight in the car on the way back, and Mohammed is like saying to Eve, you told me that you would change for me and do all the things that I want for me. And Eve was like, shut the fuck up. I never said any of that. Oh man.
I like it. I like it.
So in the next morning for the episode, the following episode, she's trying to forget all about it, makes some breakfast, and takes him to a mosque so that he could, one, start to feel part of the community, and then two, so she could learn a little bit more about Islam. So Eve's already uncomfortable. She's put on a hijab. She doesn't know how to behave. As soon as she's like taken into the women's section, and she's just like, already not for me. I don't like how there's a clear cut segregation here. So they show her how to wash, and Mohammed tells us about how important religion is for him because it makes him feel closer to God and his dad. And so, as polite as Eve was through her entire stay at the mosque, she straight up tells him, probably not going to convert, dude. And he was basically saying, well, you probably should if you want this to work, because I need you to prioritize my needs, and my needs are the most important thing here. So you need to Islam it up. So now she goes out with her friend and tells her friend basically all of the shenanigans that's happening with Mohammed. And they're telling her, hey, listen, we're just trying to be nice to you and tell you that we're seeing some things that are unfavorable, and we don't want to lose you or your personality if you try to change yourself too much. And I just feel like this baby voice man just wants a sex mommy. It's so weird.
Yes.
He's so weird.
Baby,
I need someone to take care of me like my mommy takes care of me.
all of those words you just said was like a perfect description of everything happening here. Baby voice man wants sex mommy. Yes.
Someone put that on a tweet.
Yes. That's a headline right there. Nothing more needs to be said.
Yeah, that's exactly what is happening here.
Yeah, so I guess the question is here, 8 weeks in, are these two going to end up together? We have 8 more weeks of this?
Of course they will. I don't know
I
how.
really don't want. Well, he keeps saying, if you don't convert. Well, I guess on the next song, he's like, if you don't convert for me, I don't know if I'm going to go back to Egypt immediately and not even finish this 90 days.
I don't know.
Just like, I wish you would. I wish you would go back to Egypt right away.
I feel like he might actually go back though. He's like, so self-centered that I feel like he might not actually be somebody who will go back.
Mm-hmm. That would be really good. That'd be like a 90-day first.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I guess I do. We've seen this. I don't know how many seasons of this we've watched at this point, but it's like I still don't understand why people who want a certain thing out of a partner, certain behaviors, certain culture, certain familiarity, to go and date outside of that comfort zone and be shocked that they're not accepting of your
Yeah.
culture or like your wants and your beliefs. And you're like, why are you shocked?
If that love conquers all, that's why.
And another thing, you know how people think like America is great, America is the best. I mean, America is good because yes, we have a lot of modern things, but you know, these other countries, like for example, Coben, who's the one with Emily? What's his name? Kobe?
Kobe.
Coben. Yes. I mean, he said he misses his home. Like he misses the beer, playing with his friends, like the lifestyle. And, you know, for example, like, the Philippines, they have a pretty good lifestyle too. They just hang out outside of their house all day and, you know, eat food and live a good life, enjoy life. I mean, they may not have a lot of money, but they're relaxed. But see, here it's like a work culture. There's not that much room for friends and such. It's just like work, 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 work. So, you know, America's great, but also these countries are probably really nice to be in too. So he was back in Egypt getting treated great by his mom. Mom was serving him and everything. And he's probably like, you know what? My life back there wasn't that bad, actually. And I'm willing to bounce up out of here.
Yeah. The sex isn't worth it.
Yeah.
So what makes you think, like, why do these people leave that comfort? It's so great. Why do they leave?
Okay, I think some of them are like really financially struggling and they want to provide a better life for their family back home. So they're willing to leave that wonderful comfort to make more money here for the work culture to make that money.
Yeah, but we pay things in dollars. Like the more money I work, the more things cost.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, a lot of them send money back home, right? As we're familiar with.
Yeah, but I need that money for me. I live in
Well,
California.
they like
it's
the
expensive out here.
Yeah.
I guess, how much gas costs? How much I paid for gas today? $65. That's some bullshit on an 87.
Yeah, I agree. Is there anything else for them?
Do you think that the friend really had her best interests at heart when she was talking to her?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think they really are concerned because he shows so many signs of just like concerning flags that are red in color.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we're telling you this for your benefit.
Wow, this is a very long podcast, guys. We delivered it.
That was an action-packed recap.
Yeah. All right.
Now shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Hang up. End it right there. Shut the fuck
up. All right. So I'll say thank you to everybody who gave us a 5-star review. We really appreciate it. If you haven't left a review, please do so on whatever podcast app you use. It really helps us keep creating the podcast. And with that said, thank you, Dylan. Thank you, B. Anything else?
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, all of you.
Shut the fuck up.
Bye.
Bye.